All right, let's get started with my second pump site change with the Beta Bionics iLet. Y'all ready for this? All right, we tore her off. We're gonna go ahead and go in. I have no insulin in my cartridge, so we're gonna go ahead and, hold on, let me brighten it for you guys. We're gonna go ahead and tap the cartridge, and we're going to change the cartridge and the tubing. Let's go ahead and rewind. So we're gonna rewind. Once that's done, I can take the cartridge out and all that jazz. So while that's rewinding for 5 years, let's go ahead and take out our insulin. I'm gonna take her out of her little safe case because I don't need it right now. Let's go ahead and take the needle cap. Oh wow, she was faster than me, as she should be. Okay, so I got the needle cap open. We're gonna get the syringe. We're gonna go ahead and put those two things together. Beautiful. This is not a new vial of Humalog, so we're gonna go ahead and just clean her off. This is good practice as a diabetic. I have not done that in years. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but it feels good to do this correctly and show you guys how to actually do it. So I'm also gonna take out the connector and have that ready. And last but not least, the cartridge. So now that I've got everything out and ready, let's go ahead and I'm gonna lock the pump so that I don't make any mistakes. We're going to turn the connector from the front to the outside, and we're gonna pull her out. Here is an empty cartridge. Let's go ahead and discard. Now, I'm going to pick a pump site on my stomach because I haven't done my stomach in a while, so it just feels right. Okay. She's yelling at me already. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and tie my things so that I have my pump site ready and available. Okay. While that thing beeps at me and yells at me, we're gonna go ahead and do 180. Perfect. We're gonna go ahead and insert the air into the vial, flip, and let the insulin go into the syringe. I am gonna take my time and let it go naturally because I get really impatient and I pull the plunger for the syringe, and that is likely what causes it to be so cloudy. Half the time is me just rushing it. So I do see that it's still moving. It's just moving really slowly. But again, I'm trying not to be impatient because I don't want super cloudy insulin. So as that is slowly loading, I'm also going to flick because I do see a huge air bubble at the top and one at the bottom here. There we go. Okay, I got the one at the bottom, and we are almost at the 180. I think it stopped, so I'm gonna slightly pull. Okay, now that I've pulled, I'm just gonna hit the top, and then I'm gonna push up. No, hold on. I need to get this air bubble out, and it's not. That doesn't work very well. I was told it would, but I don't believe it. Okay, I'm at the 180 mark, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my insulin to the side. We need to get that little bit of air out. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert halfway and just pull up. Beautiful. And I'm also just gonna make sure I get those air bubbles back out. Because obviously we don't want any air bubbles in these cartridge. It's not like the Tandem, because the Tandem is like, y'all know, the Tandem is like a bag, right? And the air can go, you know, it can hold a lot, but this can only hold 180 units. So I'm not wasting my time with air. Now I'm gonna go ahead and plunge her straight down. I'm gonna lift it off a little bit, and then once I get it going, I put it straight to the table so that the stopper can't go past. Okay, I was able to get my needle all the way in, all the way down, and I'm just going to carefully halfway up. That's not gonna work. I do see a bubble in there, and she quite much bothers me. So let me see if I can grab her real quick. Haha! I got her. Okay, perfect. That probably was horrible handling of a needle, but I work with what I've got. I'm gonna go ahead and protect my insulin vial again because I'm clumsy. And I'm going to put my needle in an empty water bottle so that I can dispose a little bit more properly than just throwing it straight in the trash, but less properly than having a biohazard bin. Okay, next step here is we're gonna go ahead and get everything ready. I did already swab my stomach, so it is dry as heck and ready to go for me, which is awesome. Now, the next portion of this, I'm doing this all from memory, and this is my second time doing the site change by myself, so I'm hoping I'll be okay. It definitely takes some work though. So, what I'm gonna do is, since that this is rewound, that was not cute at all. I'm gonna go ahead and put the cartridge in. It's yelling at me. I'm trying, honey. I'm not quick enough. Okay. You have the wing, and the wing goes on the outside. So we're gonna go ahead and press down and have the wing go perfect to the outside, and then we're gonna twist her. That was lovely. We're gonna twist her. Oh, I don't want that insulin to leak. There we go. Okay, we twisted her. You have to go all the way to the front of the cartridge, and I'm pretty sure this should have been on when I did it, but that's okay. We're gonna keep her upright when I preload, but for now, just so I can show you guys, we changed the cartridge, we removed it, and now we have to fill the tubing. So I'm gonna fill it upright so that any air in the cartridge comes out first. And we're just gonna watch her for bubbles. So I'm gonna press and hold. There we go. Okay. I don't know why I think that took so long because I did have like an air bubble in there still. That's okay. It happens. But that's why we fill our tubing. Okay, so it says, did you see drops? Yes. Do you also need to insert a new infusion set? Yes. Insert your infusion set. So, now that we've got that, I'm gonna go ahead and take the tip off first. I don't usually do that. I usually take the paper off first, but the blue tip cover still had some insulin on it, and I wanted to, I don't wanna sacrifice the integrity of the infusion set. So now that I've got that, we're gonna cock back this set, and we're just going to place her. I swabbed the whole area, and I usually do that because sometimes I do make some last minute changes, so I just swabbed my entire left stomach. So let's go ahead and, yep, that was a good spot. Okay, perfect. And we're good I'm just going to go ahead and tap the button and unlock and say next. We're going to go ahead and fill the cannula, and it just filled that and now is resuming my insulin. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock again and just show you guys that I have 149 units available. So basically, I was missing about 30 units that I could have had in there, minus, I think it took like 13 to fill. So I'm not perfect with it yet, and this is what's causing me to change it. I literally changed it Saturday, and today is Monday night. So, I mean, I was going to change it tomorrow morning anyway, but that just goes to show, like, the amount of insulin that you waste and that you, like, don't, you know, it does matter is what I'm trying to say. So I've got that all settled. It feels good. I have a new pump site, and I don't have to worry about it until Monday night to Tuesday night to Wednesday night. Like Wednesday night, Thursday night. I'm hoping it'll last me to Thursday, but we'll see how much insulin it takes because, again, this is the Beta Bionics iLet, so it is learning me. And it's learning how to control my sugars. With that being said, I am dropping straight down at 109. So I'm going to keep that in mind and keep caution of that because I did have an acai bowl and I was a little high earlier. But I did dose for the acai bowl because I had granola and like peanut butter and stuff like that. So I'm going to keep track of that. But so far, you guys, I'm really loving the Beta Bionics iLet. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. I really want to do a tutorial. So I was thinking one day I'll kind of do a walkthrough tutorial of all of the pump features and everything that it has that I've learned about as like a user and from the knowledge of who trained me on my pump. But honestly, like, I don't know, there's something about this pump that I really just like. It's learning how to stop the insulin, when to resume. I have had some highs in the 300s. I have not gone above 400, and in the first couple days that's amazing for me because I know it's still learning me, but also because I've had highs with the Tandem T-Slim and like literally it just straight up said high. So the fact that I've yet to see that feels really good. It means that my pump is actively like learning how I'm eating my meals and what to dose for those meals, because obviously I have to be pretty set on when I'm dosing. Like I have to keep in mind, like, okay, if I'm eating 60 carbs, this is usual for me. If I'm eating less, it's less. But I think my pump needs to learn what less looks like and how much insulin is needed. Same for the more. I usually try to eat the 60 carb range just so that my pump has time to learn what 60 carbs looks like and how I handle 60 carbs. But yeah, it's learning me every single day and I love it. I love it. It's trial and error, and obviously it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than where I've been. So I have to say, I just hit a button and it's like, it takes a lot of the burnout away, I must say. The only burnout I get right now is when it's alerting me and I'm like, shut up, I know. Because you can clear a notification, but it will come right back up and bother you. Like, oh, you've been high for over an hour and a half, or oh, you've got less insulin and this and that. So I do have to keep on track of it, but I feel like the burden of not inputting my exact carbs and meals and worrying about what my sugar is, because it'll automatically dose my sugar for me at every 5 minutes if needed. I think that stress being taken away can be taken or replaced by me having to replace my pump every 2 days instead of 3 or something like that, because it does hold less insulin. Like, I don't have a problem with that right now. I am also really excited because my pump trainer told me that they are working with a pharmaceutical company to produce glucagon, because they already have where do they have? It must be over here, because I have the case on. So it must be over on this side or something, and it's just being blocked by the case, it's perfect. They'll just have to distribute new cases if that is the case. No pun intended. But I feel like if they're able to get glucagon working in this and have it be as close to like a fake pancreas or bionic pancreas or whatever you want to call it, like, I feel like that would be a lot better, because then it would take less guesswork out, and you could have glucagon be administered at like any point that you need it. Like, I really do hope for that, and hope for that to work, because I cannot tell you how much I would want that or need that in this moment. But that is my pump site change. So if y'all have any questions about the Beta Bionics iLet, about type 1 diabetes, if you want a tutorial by like a real person and not just like some standard old reviewer or like trainer or whatever, like you want it from a real type 1 diabetic user, like, I've got you. I'm probably gonna end up doing that. You don't even have to ask. No, but in all seriousness, I'm liking this, and I'm sure I'll be back with more pump state changes and stuff. So I've got links below to my other social medias if you want to connect with me or chat with me or ask me questions, anything like that. You have a video request specifically on type 1 diabetes, on anything else, like, I am all here for it. So thank you so much for watching. I love, love, love you guys, and I will see you next time.